You've got a couple of projects that we're going to talk about, but let's start with Desperados. It hit #2 on Netflix. First of all, Netflix has all the amazing movies, documentaries. To be a part of that, to have it on Netflix, to be trending, to go up there, what was that like for you?
That was pretty surprising, first of all. I mean, we had a blast making this movie, obviously, like Nassim and Sarah and Lamorne. I mean, everybody who was in it, we just had the most amazing time in Mexico. It was so fun to shoot. But yeah, no, I think we were all really shocked and surprised how many people were watching and responding to it. And I just had a lot of people reach out, like old college friends that I haven't talked to in forever, who, you know, they're at home, you're quarantining, and you want to feel like you're kind of escaping. And I think that this movie allowed people to have that feeling.
Did you guys know that you would all get along like this? Because it looks like everybody's been friends forever.
That is a testament to the casting director and the director who created this really fun, open improv environment. You know, we had like a chemistry like read with like all of the actresses together, and there were all these different combinations. And we all kind of hit it off immediately. And I remember walking out of that like a casting session just being like, man, I hope that those two, like we all get to do this together because we all clicked so well.
The moment that you see, and I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but Heather Graham, you know, she pops up. What was it like working with her? She's iconic. She's done so many amazing things, like as yourself, but the two of you on the screen together, hey.
Yeah, I mean, I have loved Heather Graham obviously for so long and seen her in so many amazing things. And we actually worked together. We actually never had a scene together, but we did a movie together years and years ago that went to Sundance called, oh my gosh, what was it called? I forgot what it's called right now. But it was so awesome just to like cross paths with her. So then years later to be able to like do this crazy scene together was pretty epic. And she's game for anything. Like we were both very open and game for whatever. So it was like probably one of the funnest days of the shoot.
How long was the shoot, the duration of it? How long were you guys out there for?
Wow, we were out there for maybe 2 months. I mean, we spent like 1 month in Mexico City, and then we spent maybe a little less than a month in Cabo. So it was kind of a dream job.
I was going to say, that sounds fun. Sounds like,
yeah.
wow.
When you get offered a role that you have to go live at like a beautiful resort, I mean, like, I'm not going to be like, no, I don't know. Ask me tomorrow. Let me see. No, I was like, yeah, let's go.
Absolutely. The whole premise of this starts off because of a wrong email sent or a bad email sent. In real life, have you done something like this? Was it recently? Do you remember the emotions if you've done something like this? I imagine it being a sweaty feeling.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that, but I have a friend who sent like a wrong text, I remember. She sent a text about running into a person that she didn't like to the person. And she thought she had sent it to us, like our group text, but it went because they were texting and it was like the next person was like the top of the list and she sent it to her. And then she texted us like, oh my God, you guys, I'm going to die. Like I just did the worst thing ever. So thankfully I've never had that happen to me because I'm like very careful. I like double check who I'm sending it to, what I'm sending, all of that.
Oh Lord, that made me nervous right now.
Yeah. Sweaty.
Was there something that took place behind the scenes that you're like, this is the reason why I do this job. This is why I'm here. Beyond the location.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you know, my last day on set, it was a night shoot. We had a lot of night shoots on that movie. And the director LP is so fun. She was just letting us all improv. And when you get people together who yes and you, right? Like sure, some dumb stuff might come out of your mouth, but that's when the magic happens, is when like you're free to be able to, you know, find that kind of funny thing that you didn't expect to come out of your mouth. And because everybody we worked with was so open and was just like, yes, 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 you kind of couldn't fail. And there was this like real sort of sweetness at the end where I was like sad to say goodbye to the friends that I had made, you know, but we're all still friends now, thank goodness. But it was a different kind of thing when you're in that working environment and you see them every day.
Well, speaking of like another, before I get to Here a While, because that is a very heavy topic and discussion, I want to go to everyone's favorite Pitch Perfect.
Okay.
So speaking of another girl gang that's so great, the Bellas, obviously. Now, you would love to keep doing the films, and let me quote you, everyone, till we're old and we're acting in a retirement home. Are there any talks of the fourth film anytime soon?
There are no talks. I mean, the only talks that I'm seeing are fans all the time who desperately want to see these girls go off and have another adventure together. So that's the only thing that we're seeing. But because of that, I think that there is still hope because these fans have kind of grown up with us. You know, it's been like 7 or 8 years since like the first one was even came out. So it's like we've had fans for a long time. And then they show it to their friends, and then, you know, people show it to their kids. And so it's pretty amazing to be kind of in like this kind of classic, iconic movie that we didn't realize we were making, you know, at the time. So I would love to do a fourth. I know the girls would totally love to do a fourth, but there's been no specific talks.
I feel like maybe the next thing you guys take on would be like the quarantine life. You could do it from home right now, like a mini version.
You're right. You could help produce because that's a great idea. You're an honorary Bella.
Everyone hear that? I'm an honorary Bella. Thank you. How long watching it, like you just said, you didn't realize, none of you realized where this was going to go, but seeing where it is now with this franchise, how much did it change your life?
It changed my life, you know, in so many ways. I was doing a lot of cool TV stuff. I was doing True Blood, which is actually where Elizabeth Banks saw me and wanted to cast me in Pitch Perfect. But yeah, I mean, it's what people recognize me from the most. And I think it's like what's helped me get other jobs along the way in my career. So I owe so much to that movie and so much to those fans. It's been amazing. Like I'll look back at that when I am like old and gray and be like, what a fantastic time I had to get to hang out with the coolest girls around, and play a character multiple times. And as an actor, you don't really get to do that all the time. So to grow up with the role and sort of like have the role change as you change as a person is a real gift.
How tight are you guys still? Obviously, you know each other through and through, working so long together, and doing all the carpets together and the interviews together. What is the text chain like? There has to be a group chat.
There definitely is a group chat, and we've been through a lot together. We've seen people come and go in relationships. We've, see something funny on the street, we send it to the group. You know what I mean? It's this real bond, I think, that we'll always have. We'll always look out for one another. Everybody's birthday, like, gets a big shout out, and it's been going on for years that we constantly keep in touch and we constantly have each other's back. That's because we went through a lot together.
Absolutely. I'm excited for 4. I'm just going to put it out there. We're going to say it's happening. I don't care if it's not in production yet. I'm saying now.
Fingers crossed. Yes.
Fingers crossed. And now something that you are promoting right now and watched it last night, Here Awhile.
Oh.
Maybe I should have watched something else after I watched this one because I cried a little bit. But you know why? I think about, for me, and I'm going to be very honest with you, I think about those moments, not with specifically dealing with an illness, but when you pass. Mm-hmm. And the moments that you guys had on that beach where or the bonfire that you had in the backyard, talking about where do you go?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can you just break down the premise of this movie, because I think it's very important for people to see, as heavy as it is, because it touches a lot of stuff in life that you don't talk about.
Thank you, first of all, for watching it. That means a lot to me. Here Awhile is about a woman. I play a woman named Anna who's been diagnosed with terminal cancer, and she basically has 6 months to live. And she's coming home to her brother, who she hasn't seen in years and years and years, to tell him that she's decided to use the controversial Death with Dignity Act. So basically, it's assisted suicide. And he is completely against it. And so the premise of the film is to kind of get him to understand why she's doing it, and to kind of have some forgiveness and some closure to their relationship. And we don't want, people to think that we're like, you have to think this way. Like, I want people to watch this movie, like, have with an open mind and open heart, to know it might not be right for them, but everybody should have the opportunity to make that choice if they so feel they need to.